In this video, we'll see how organelles collaborate to synthesize and transport proteins. A eukaryotic cell contains many membrane-enclosed compartments called organelles. Some of these organelles work together on different parts of a task. For instance, the endoplasmic reticulum is where many of the cell's proteins and lipids are produced, while the golgi apparatus sorts these molecules and sends them to their final destinations. Moving the molecules from one site to the next occurs by transport vesicles, which are small spherical membrane-enclosed sacs. The ribosome-studded protein manufacturing part of the endoplasmic reticulum is called the rough endoplasmic reticulum, or rough ER. Hydrophilic, it will enter the interior or lumen of the ER. If the new protein being made is hydrophobic, it will be embedded into the ER membrane instead. Vesicles bud from the rough endoplasmic reticulum containing the new proteins. Fusion with another membrane-enclosed compartment, such as the Golgi apparatus, transfers cargo from one organelle to another. From the Golgi apparatus, vesicles move proteins to their final destinations. By default, vesicles deliver proteins to the plasma membrane unless the protein includes a signal to send it elsewhere. By fusing with the plasma membrane, vesicles add membrane material and proteins to it, as well as release their contents outside the cell. Hydrophilic, it will enter the interior or lumen of the ER. If we look at the membrane protein, note how in the ER, the part facing the lumen, drawn here as a dark green circle, also faced the lumen when it was in a transport vesicle, faced the lumen when it was inside the Golgi, and faces the extracellular space once it got to the plasma membrane. Similarly, note how a soluble protein that starts in the lumen of the ER, traveled in the lumen of the vesicle, is also found in the lumen of the Golgi and is eventually secreted outside the cell. As molecules travel through the secretory pathway, their orientation relative to the membranes stays the same. Molecules in the lumen or that face the lumen will always do so, no matter which organelle they're in, and will face the extracellular space if they make it to the plasma membrane.